interest of time and the connection of my colleagues in Gaza, I'd like to begin. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming to Rebuilding Alliance's 5th webinar, Behind the Scenes, where we take you behind the scenes and show you what we do, meet with people on the ground in Gaza. Today's webinar will focus on our teachers, our colleagues in Gaza, about what they're experiencing, why they chose to be teachers, the challenges that they're currently facing right now. We will also be describing why the Pinwheels for Peace project has meaning to their plans right now, why they are bringing this forward at the time being. My name is Najma Haddad. I'm the host for this webinar today. I'm Rebuilding Alliance's country representative, and I'm talking to you from Jerusalem, West Bank. I'm also Palestinian American, and I've been with the organization for more than 5 years now. Again, thank you everyone for taking time to join us today in this webinar. A little bit of a background on what Pinwheels for Peace is. Pinwheels for Peace originated in 2005, and it was created by a group of art teachers in Florida as a creative outlet for students to express their feelings about peace and the world around them. Pinwheels for Peace was introduced to Gaza and Palestine by Rebuilding Alliance, who integrated it into psychosocial support efforts. Children were encouraged to write messages of peace, like safe homes, schools, and freedom to play on paper pinwheels, offering an outlet to process trauma and express hope. After the May 2021 bombardments in Gaza, artist Leila Khasib created pinwheels with her students in her garden, capturing their emotions and resilience. A tutorial video she produced was shared with the children in Gaza, the West Bank, and even schools in Virginia, USA, fostering creative solidarity across borders. In 2021, a Zoom meetup brought together Palestinian and US children who had each made pinwheels. This platform allowed them to share their thoughts and feelings in real time, reinforcing the connection and healing power of expression. There's many benefits, of course, to Pinwheels for Peace. Psychosocial healing, of course, for children dealing with conflict, fear, and occupation. Advocacy and visibility. The project isn't just therapeutic, it's politically meaningful. In 2008, when Palestinian children's pinwheel artwork from Al Aqaba village reached the US Congress through Rebuilding Alliance, Senator Boxer intervened to help protect the village from demolition. The advocacy helped Al Aqaba survive despite numerous threats. It also creates solidarity involving US schools, children in mosques, churches, synagogues in pinwheel making that has created a shared experience and broadened the awareness and empathy. With that said, I'd like to introduce our colleagues, our teachers, the true heroes on the ground in Gaza. And I'd like to start with Nermeen, our art teacher. Her family lives way too close to the Mediterranean Sea currently. Her tent has been flooded numerous times. She's currently at her neighbor's house, actually, because she cannot connect to us in her tent. In January of 2025, Rebuilding Alliance purchased tents, desks, and tables, and whiteboards to temporarily hold up classrooms in our shelters in Deir el-Balah and Mawasi and Khan Yunis. Unfortunately, many of them were lost. Nermeen, one of our art teachers, was there to teach children in that time, and she led great effort in hosting the communities, the women also, and the disabled. With that said, I'd like to give her the floor to talk about her experience and her challenges. Tfaddali, Nermeen. And if we can't reach her, because sometimes, as you can see, the connection cuts out, unfortunately, with our colleagues, I'll move to Neveen. Neveen, can you unmute, please?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Najma.
Thank you, Neveen. I just want to do a little intro about you. Hopefully, Nermeen will come back. Neveen, my colleague, I've been working with her for numerous years. She's a remarkable English teacher. She works with our partner organization, Youth Vision Society. Her whole family chose to remain in Gaza City in the north to help feed their community. With the threat of invasion, Neveen and thousands of families now face forced displacement. Her daughters fear losing their home, of course. Youth Vision Society, the CBO partner of Rebuilding Alliance in Northern Gaza Strip, has been providing food to their community since the beginning of the war. The North has been experiencing some of the harshest conditions, as you all know. When we asked Neveen how they managed to cook and handle everything while under constant bombing, she replied that we just hope not to die in work. It needs to be done. People need help. اتفضلي نبيل.
Thank you, Nijma. That was really touching. Yeah, that's completely true. Throughout our journey in the north, where we chose not to leave back in 2023 and remained here in the north, we began a journey of offering a helping hand to everyone, starting by cooking and establishing our community kitchens and offering a hand to people who were starving. And then we moved to education, where we thought that education as important as food, because you can't starve your mind as well. If we can't provide food right now, at least we can provide education. Since I don't know if I should be introducing myself more than Nijma already has, but my name is Neveen Abu Nasser. I am 37-year-old English teacher and mother of three beautiful girls who have survived throughout the war and fortunately haven't died yet, and hoping that we will continue to survive. So many people ask me, how could you speak so calmly and so clearly about something so devastating? It's not that I am so used to it. I am used to it, to all of the hurt and all of the devastation and all of the hunger, and I have gotten used to it, but it's not an excuse to just wither back and not raise our voices. It's as important as asking for food, as important as asking for education. It's very important for the people and the world to hear us. We are people, we are human, we are living in something that you have not seen in your entire lives. We have been escaping from one corner to another to just remain alive. Just now, when I am talking to you, both my brothers have left their homes and they're not even living in the north of Gaza. They have started living in the center of Gaza City. But somehow to near east of the corners of the city. They moved to my house, and I'm praying that the voices of the children outside of the room that I'm in will not reach you, but if it has, I am sorry. What else? I am going to say that in October 2024, we've launched an education initiative to repair some of the damage that has happened to the children after losing everything, losing their homes and losing their schools and losing their friends. It's something. It began as something simple as offering literacy in English, in Arabic and math, something that a student could remember how they write, how they read, and it developed into teaching the four basic subjects so they can pass school years. Now we're teaching Arabic, maths, English, and science, which are the basic requirements for you to pass a school year. We've managed to teach 480 children in two different educational centers, those four subjects, and we've managed to catch up with them the 2003-2004 year that they have lost, and now we are able to make them catch their actual year, the year they're supposed to be learning, 2025-2026. My daughters go to those centers. When the war started, my eldest daughter was supposed to be in the 6th grade. Now she's in the 8th grade. She started school again after a short break last week. They have grown so much, and education so much means so much to them. Throughout their journey, my girls used to say, when are we coming back to school? We want to see our friends. We miss the classrooms. We miss the teachers. We miss the subjects. We miss the art. We miss the drawing. We miss the music. We miss everything. And we were able to, at least, with minimum we can offer, we were able to provide for them education. Now, for the Pinwheel for Peace project started with Rebuilding Alliance many years ago. I have been with Rebuilding Alliance since 2018, and I have done so many projects with them since, and including the Pinwheels for Peace project. The children always find it attractive for them to use their colors and use their words to write on paper, and reshape this paper into this beautiful pinwheel where they can write their messages. They often write when asked what peace means to them, some of them answer, it means that I get to live in my house again. Some of them say it's for me to see my friends again. It's for me to come back to my school again. It's for me to be able to see the street without trouble again. Some of them even say peace means just stopping the war at any cost. We want the war to stop at any cost. We've lost our homes and we've lost our families. We're having peace with that, but we want the war to stop. Many students have lost their dreams and their hopes. They've even lost, you know, the dream of somehow the world. And I myself keep asking myself, will the war ever end? Will we be able to be where will we be forced to leave our home? Will we be forced to evacuate? I have lived the experience of leaving my house before. In the beginning of the war, I was displaced for 4 months in the beginning, where we literally had nothing, and we moved from one place to another. It was horrible, but I was fortunate enough to move back to my house after a while. 90% of the people did not have that luxury. They didn't have houses to go back to, and I'm praying that that day won't come. That day would not happen, because I cannot imagine losing my house or being evacuated again. It's a horrible experience. Gaza is being sieged right now from all corners. The only place where you can move is to the west, where the sea is, where the Mediterranean Sea is. You can't go east, because would find tanks, and quadcopters would shoot at you. You can't go north, obviously, because the north is completely demolished, annihilated. Not a breathing soul that lives there, and you can't go there because you'd be shot. If we choose to go to the south, it means that we are going to the south of Gaza City, which means granting the Israeli army what they want. They want us to leave Gaza so we can never return, and we refuse to do that. We are staying here. We are fighting to the end, and we are going to do everything as we did before. We're continue the education that we give to our children. We continue the hunt for food for every day, which is like, it became an adventure, but it's fine as long as we survive and not die. We're staying, we're not going anywhere. So thank you for hearing me.
Thank you very much, Neveen. I'd like to see who else is connected. رويدة متصلة، تقدري تسمعيني؟ أو نرمين؟
Yes, I'm here.
رويدة معي؟
Yes.
رويدة أهلا وسهلا حبيبتي. Ruwaida, I would just like to introduce you really quick. She's a hands-on science teacher who now helps children read and write in emergency conditions through what she calls journalism. It's her hobby. She is a published author. Ruwaida keeps teaching wherever she finds children. She moves around the area, seeking out kids who aren't in school and offering to teach them. Right now, she has about 10 to 20 students, and she's helping them learn basic Arabic, English, science, and math. Because families are often forced to move, she can usually stay with each group for only 3 days before they relocate. With that said, I'd like to introduce Ruwaida, who would like to talk to you more about her experience. تفضلي Ruwaida.
Yes, hello everyone. This is Ruwaida Amer from Gaza Strip. I'm science teacher for 10 years. Okay, I'm a science teacher for Research History School, and I'm with Rebuilding Alliance for 5 years. It's so great to be one of this team because we are working very hard to help the children in Gaza Strip. Okay, to choose to be a teacher, it's so nice to be supporter for the children in education, because our children in Gaza Strip spend before the war spend money hours or more than half their day with in the schools. So we like it to spend our times with the students. But after the war or during the war, we missed all of this. We missed our students. We missed our education system, and I'm so sad because after a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days, there is new education year. But for 3 years, our children can't back to their school. Our 3 education years, they can't back to their schools. So during the war, we faced many challenges. For me, they evacuated my home many times, and it's hard times to live in. Every time when I moved my home or my place, it's not my home, my place. After before 10 days, I evacuated for 4 times in Khan Yunis city, and it was very hard to be in the streets without any place, without any idea you can to go. So my focus on the children, the students. So I like to meet the children every time in my days, during also the displacement, when I be in the tent or in tent refuge, displaced people. I went to the children and sit with them many times and talked with them about the school, the education, and I'm caring to know about the thinking of our students or our children about the education. And I found them missed the schools too much, and it's so sad to when you ask any child, maybe 8 years or 9 years or 10 years, about the reading Arabic, because we are speaking Arabic in Gaza Strip. They said we can't, or we don't speak Arabic. We don't know how we can speak or read. Reading or writing. It's big problem to be our children lose that. Okay, the basics of our subjects, they missed them because there is no education system during the war. So usually I said, I hope the war stop for the children, to help the children survive from all of this, because it's so hard for the children to live more than 700 or 600 days under the bombing every time, without schools, without their childhood. They have a new responsibility to go to the water centers, to go to the food centers, to looking for food, looking for water. So my work as a teacher, I'm working hard to help them. I'm working hard to be supported for them. I'm working hard sometimes when I want to any activity for with the children. I feel like supported for them. To say the war will finish very soon, like this words, maybe I can give them the hope. Okay, but the reality in the ground in Gaza, on the ground in Gaza Strip, is very hard with the children and the students. So before the war, work, our activities, our projects with the RA, it was so great with the students, and we have a lot of memories, as you showed now. So now I'm working very hard between like not every day, when I can, because the situation here is it's very hard. Can't help me to work as I want with the children. About our peace project, it's so nice to talk with the people, the children, about the peace and make something.
Rueda, I want to ask a question. How long were you working with us before the war, like when you were doing science teaching?
Peace science for 10 years.
Yeah, and you were a science teacher in high school also, besides the after-school program with us.
Yeah.
It's always impressive. What's your favorite, under normal circumstances, what was your favorite, is science your favorite subject?
Yes. Yes, too much. I like it too much. I like science, but subject it's in our education system. It's full of information. But when I teach my students,
I can just imagine what you're saying, and now it
Cuts off
timed
a
out.
bit. She's coming in and out. I see her. She came back in.
Oh, good. You can say it again, maybe, when you teach your students.
yeah, when I teach my students like science information, and they said, "Oh, well, we are understanding. It's very easy. It's very simple." And now you changed it to very simple information. We can understand and save this information? I was like super happy because they understand me. They can save this information. And when I worked with the RA, many models of science, like you show, it's so nice because they can like make the information to be something we can touch it, okay, like this. So yeah, many times when I feel so sad and I feel like I will give up from everything around me, I'm back to my memories with RA, and it's give me support. Maybe one day I will back to this work and I will meet the children again, and we can work not just one model in science, no, a lot of models, and we can make like open day for our models like we did before the war. Maybe before 3 months of the war, there is one day open day in women program center in Rafah, and we shared our all works during the summer season. So it was so good. So yeah, I missed it too much.
I want to say that it's such an exciting thing when you teach. You're such a hands-on teacher, and so is our whole program. It was always intended to be something where children participate, and just very exciting to see the way that you've been teaching in the past, and really inspiring that you and all the teachers on the line have this deep commitment to continuing education, to finding a way to reach the children now, even in this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rueda. I'm going to try to move to Nermeen to see because she's having the most difficulty with internet. نرمين سمعتيني؟ بتقدري تشيلي الميوت تتفضلي تحكي؟
صحيح معك.
اتفضلي حبيبتي.
تمام، أنا أحب أكون مدرسة فن بسبب حبي للأنشطة الفنية، وهي طبعا طريق للترفيه ولتفريغ وتجديد الطاقة. يعني أكيد العمل مع الأطفال بيعطينا طاقة جميلة جدا، كل فرحة بنشوفها على وجوههم بتعود علينا. فهي الأنشطة بتساعدنا كمان إنه نعدل سلوكهم ونعزز نفسيتهم وشخصياتهم،
خليني
وبنبنيهم حتى
أترجم
يكونوا
نرمين.
شخصيات قوية يواجهوا المجتمع. تفضلي.
خليني أترجم لك شوي اللي بتذكره. Nermeen is an art teacher in Gaza. She believes that art can help children express themselves, change their behaviors, and uh, create peace. She's done many activities with art with the children. اتفضلي كملي وخليكي مختصرة على أساس ألحق أترجم.
تمام. بنساعد الأطفال إنه يعيشوا عمرهم، يتعلموا أفكار جديدة بالفن، زي يعني في أطفال حتى الرسم الحر ما بيعرفوا، زي الرسم الحر وأنشطة القص واللصق، الرسم على الفخار. اليوم الأطفال بحاجة كبيرة لهيك أنشطة فنية وترفيهية، لأنه الوضع اللي بنمر فيه كتير صعب، محتاجين تفريغ وكسر للروتين، لكن الوضع الأمني معيق لإلنا ولإلهم.
So we want children to live their normal lives and learn things. We need them to learn what art is. A lot of children don't even know what freedom art is, just to draw. They need these kind of activities to break routine and to have fun. And تفضلي كمان.
شوفوا إذا بدكم تسألوني أسئلة احكوا لي، لأنه أنا صراحة صوتي كتير تعبان ومش عارفة شو يعني أحكي.
تمام. Nermeen's
اسألوني
a
شو
bit
بدكم وأنا بجاوب.
Inshallah, Habibti. Nermeen's not feeling too well. She says that we can ask her more questions if we like, and she'll answer. And also, I'll take this opportunity to let the attendees, the guests, know that you can ask your questions in the Q&A box, whether it be to our teachers directly or to the Rebuilding Alliances team. And hopefully, we'll either answer you by written or live. Donna, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Nermeen? We know we've had an idea of what we wanted her to focus on.
So Nermeen, it's so good that you're on the line with us, and I've been in touch with you over these last few days. Can you tell them what's been happening to you inside your tent? It sounds really hard, and also inshallah we'll find a solution. Go ahead.
تحكي دانا، أنا لها فترة على تواصل معاكي، وإذا ممكن تحكي للي حاضرين عن شو قاعد بيصير معك حاليا في خصوص الخيمة تاعتك، وكيف إن شاء الله بدنا نحاول نعالجها.
تمام. هو تقريبا من 10 أيام كان في مد كتير للبحر، والبحر عنا فات على الخيام، مش بس خيمتي، يعني في كتير ناس كمان نفس وضعي. الخيمة عنا طبعا تكسر الخشب وغير صالحة لأنه أعيش فيها، يعني أغراضي كلها اللي في الخيمة كلها تبهدلت، والفراش حتى اللي إحنا بنستخدمه تبهدل. وحاليا أنا يعني قاعدة عند الجيران مستضيفيني لحد ما إنه أحاول أصلحها أو إنه أسددها بشيء ثاني. يعني مش عارفة شو بدي أحكي. وحتى إنه تحت يعني مع إنه هو فات علينا البحر الساعة 4 الفجر، إحنا غرقنا بالخيمة الساعة 4 الفجر. الحمد لله، يعني شو بدنا نحكي أكثر من هيك.
الحمد لله، الله يكون بالعون. So since 10 days ago, the sea, since her tent is very close to the sea, it flooded the her tent and also the tents around where she's living. Everything in the tent's been destroyed, all of her stuff, and also it broke like the woods that's holding up the tent. Even the mattresses or anything that they sleep on has been destroyed. The water came in into the tents around 4 a.m. So right now she's staying with her neighbors until they're able to find a solution, hopefully either a new tent or repairing their tent that they have currently.
And the hard part is that there are no tents really. Like we're scouring everywhere to find how much would it cost? Where could you find one? $600? No, $800, $1,000. There's pretty much no place for teacher Nermeen to move with her family, and no tent to be in. And then we're looking at how can we repair it? You know, like what will it take to use the materials of that to be able to provide shelter? What a challenge of all of this. Thank you so much, Nermeen, for being able to join us on this call.
I think Donna's cutting off a little bit, guys.
Oh,
You cut off just a second, Donna. I want to move really quickly to hear from Maha, our English teacher in Gaza, before we lose her. Maha, إذا بتقدري تشيلي الميوت وتتفضلي. عارفة تشيليه مها؟
السلام عليكم.
عليكم
Do you hear
السلام.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, how are you, everyone?
Alhamdulillah.
Hello, Maha. Welcome.
Um,
Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk about our situation of the after the war or during the war from the first day of the war, 7th of October 2020, 2023. We are suffering from everything. Schools were completely closed from the first day of the war. Um, it was less than 1 month. We had started the new year, 2023. You don't know how we love learning, how our kids waiting for the new year. And this is was stopped from the first day of the war. The big challenge for us was the evacuating from Rafah. And just we live now and from that day in tent and crowded camps with thousands of tents. Many children, um, there is many children, no specialist, just we are suffering. From March till now, March, Ramadan, till now, we are also starving, not just suffering, we are starving. Just we search for food, for water, for everything. And if you found these food or water, it's very expensive to get them. And there is no gas. You know, you want to stay the whole day to just make bread or just make a food. It's very hard for us to live this life. It's very hard for the whole, not for me as a mom, as a mother of two children, and I'm pregnant also. So it's very hard for me. I'm a mother of two children, Elias 11 years, Adam 7 years. I can't teach them or keep them learning because of this hard life. What do you want from me to express or to tell you?
Are you able to do teaching? What's happening with you around and with the children near you and also with your children?
Sorry again, I don't
Are
hear
you
you.
are you teaching at all? Or how are your children managing without school? How do you help them learn in under these
There's
circumstances?
no there is no schools at this time or educational tent. We can't keep teaching them because the situation is very unsafe for the whole, and we must keep our children safe. So I don't know how to keep them education and keep them learning. Just we hope to a ceasefire to have this war stop to keep them teaching again and learning.
What a challenge. I know that you've been an English teacher with us for a very long time.
Yeah.
And why do you choose, what is this project, this Pinwheels for Peace project? What do you hope will come of it? Why do you turn your attention to this now? And you're on mute.
سؤال يا مها. or أي حدا من المعلمات إذا حابين تجاوبوا هذا السؤال.
So we might start asking some of the questions that are being raised also.
This activity, we can express that the peace is the basic for us, for our children, for our teachers, and the whole community here. Just believe in peace. We don't love the war. We have to just live peacefully, and this activity will allow to us to express our feeling and our children feelings. So this activity is very important for us, more than for anyone in the world, because we live the war, and we live also the mumming, the fearness, the whole these things is very hard for us. We are suffering for more for 2 years. So it's very hard, and we have to convey our voices to the whole world.
Thank you so much. It's really important what you're saying. How will it work next week when you do this activity? Where will you do it? What is the plan?
The plan is to establish this activity on the beach with the children, our children, and the children in the tents. So I think Nermeen knows more than me, because the place there, not in my tent or in my period. No, it's in Nermeen tent. I think I will share them.
Sounds good. Let's see if Nermeen can answer. I know she has plans for tables and chairs even coming.
نرمين تقدري تحكي لنا عن موضوع التخطيط لتنفيذ النشاط للPinwheels for Peace الأسبوع القادم، شو الأشياء اللي حضرتيهم؟
طبعا, yes, of course, sure. We'll be doing the activity next week, like Saturday or Sunday most. We have a small garden downstairs where our educational center is, where I have prepared tables and chairs and all the paper and the pens and the sticks that are needed and the colors and the glue, everything. And I have the filming crew as well ready, and we have put down the plan for it. And we've also contacted the life coaches who are working with the children as psychosocial support for them to be doing this with the children, in addition to me and Noor, who's going to be filming the entire event, inshallah.
That sounds amazing. So inside Gaza City, you're, I think it's maybe at the Youth Vision Center that you're able to have a school inside of a building still.
Yes, yes. It's a building where our office used to be, and there's another office where the the Edward Said Public Library was established. It was demolished and it was directly bombed in 2023 in November, and we were able to repair most of the damages and rebuild the walls and redo the tiles, and like there are still some of the things that we can't do, like the windows and stuff, because they're very expensive and non-existent. But we've turned that place into 4 educational rooms and a psychosocial support room for the children, and they work both shifts, morning shift and afternoon shift, where it becomes a total of 8 educational classes, in addition to the other building where originally our Youth Vision Society office is, where you came and visited, Donna, like a few years back. Also, we have 4 educational rooms and 1 psychosocial support room, and they both operate in double shifts, so another 8 rooms. And both of them, fortunately, the building itself is still intact, regardless of the demolitions around them. And the the Edward Said Public Library office has a garden downstairs that belongs to the owner of the building, where he has allowed us to do our event in.
Wow, that's amazing. It's really heartening to know that it's there, and I think it'll mean a lot to everyone to be able to see those videos afterwards, and really looking forward to it all. There's a question coming up from Mr. Berenger on the line, who's asking, it happens that we're showing pictures of what our program had been before the war. He's asking, is it mostly for girls, or are there boys involved also? And maybe, Neveen, explain your education program. How many girls, how many boys? What do you see as the mix inside of the program with the hundreds of students that you're working with?
We have almost equal numbers of male and female students. Everyone has the chance, and we have a substantial number of people with disabilities and special needs as well. So the doors are open for everyone to join, but the maximum capacity for us right now is like the 480 children and students, because there are a little bit more, 35 children in each class, and the classes are not that big, so they're a bit crowded, but we have equal numbers of girls and boys. With the lower grades, we have mixed classes, but 7th and 8th grade, we had to separate the classes, boys in one classroom and girls in one classroom, to keep the mess from happening between boys and girls, but we have like equal numbers.
Oh, that's great to hear. I
Yeah.
know in the early phase of your school program, there was supposed to be food support, like snacks being served at
Yeah.
school. Is that still happening? How's that?
Well, with the support of WFP, we had a program that supported all schools, that the self-initiated schools, and the schools that work with the UNICEF and work with WFP directly, and community-based TLSs. WFB used to support every school in Gaza Strip with a huge numbers of HEPs, high energy bars, high energy biscuits, and date bars. And we used to be able to deliver those numbers of HEBs every day to our students and other students. But now, since the stocks have been empty for like since June. Yeah, the last time the children had a snack was in May 2025, but after that, the stock ran out completely. So yeah, they haven't been able to do that. And hoping that WFB will be able to, resupply. We're still waiting. The kids are just relying on their own snacks and their own, home brought sandwiches, which is not much. They're very poor, and I'm sorry to say many of the children are starving, but this is the maximum we can do for them. I am extremely sorry.
Thank you thank you for persevering, man.
Yeah.
Another person is asking about collaboration, about working together. Is there a way that people on the line could participate and support your teaching process, whether in Gaza City or teachers in Darabala Han Yunis, Mawasi Han Yunis? What would you like to see from the outside world in support of the teaching that you aspire to do, or that you're already involved in doing?
Do you want me to answer that, or want to give the...
Well, go ahead, and then we'll turn to the teachers in the center.
I think you are all amazing. Being here in the webinar means that, you are trying to do something. I'm not sure if, participating, morally participating is like something that we appreciate very, very much. Other than the pressure on, the governments to stop the war, that's all I'm asking, to be honest, because doesn't matter how much money you give, doesn't matter how much money you donate. It's wonderful. It helps a lot, but it's so little because as long as the war is continuing, children will still continue to starve and will continue to die. So donate, that's wonderful, but just please pressure the government to pressure the Israeli government to stop the war.
This is especially important right now. As somehow it seems like every aspect of what's being described very clearly as an oncoming invasion. How on earth can this be possible in this day and age? It's really important that people do reach out to their members of Congress. Use the link that we put in Action Network that relays to Congress, to your senators, to your representatives. They are out of session, but they come back into session on the 2nd, or so we've got to wake them up. And hopefully the voices of the children there inside of Gaza City, inside of Gaza as a whole, on the beachfront with the teachers as well, let those voices, bring them forward and try the project out. In that, it always surprises me that somehow Congress responds to this when almost nothing else gets through. So thank you for everyone's participation on that side of things. Let me ask that our teachers in the center also respond. It's the question of how can people support you? What would you like to be seeing? What do you need as teachers going forward? And there's a lot you can answer to that question. Maybe Rueda, or Rueda's not on the line anymore.
Maha's on the line.
Great.
Maha, بتحبي تجاوبي on this question? أو نرمين، شو بتحبي تشوفي الناس ممكن تعمل على أساس إنه تساعدكم في دوركم كمعلمات؟ مها تفضلي. I see you unmuted, Maha.
as Yeah, as I am a teacher, as my role, not just teaching children and teaching the students. I know the situation of these students. They are starving. They are hungry all the time. You can't teach students who are hungry or just starving or just try to get food, get some water to feed their families. You cannot imagine how we live here. Um, it's very hard to live in the tent. So I don't know what to say or how to describe our feeling, because it's very hard to uh, to express these feelings. It's fear and hunger and also you have a lot of pressure from everything in this life. Just we are happy to have a bread, or to have a meal, or to have a cheese. You can imagine that these days we buy a cheese. It's just like a dream for my children and for the whole children here in tents. It's it's very hard. So I hope to keep or to rebuild ourselves again, to get teaching and learning again. But these won't be the most dream for us, or the greatest dream for us. Just our dream now to have a ceasefire, just stop this war and rebuild ourselves. Just have food, have water, have the basics of the human life. Then we can keep teaching, keep learning, keep anything else. I hope my dream to have a house, to have a specialist. It's very hard.
You're in this edge now of another month or so, and your new baby will be here. Do you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
enough food at this point? Man, I hear what you're saying. The most important thing is safety. And a ceasefire.
yeah,
It's coming out of this, um, and then being able to have. You took in 40 members of your extended family just a month ago when they were forced out without any notice at all, forced out by having where they lived being bombed. It's amazing that you're able to do this, and we're really honored to have you on our call and to do our best to respond. I know that people are writing about what they are doing in solidarity, that they're fasting, that people are writing to Congress, that they're visiting other places and speaking about what's going on. All extremely important work. And keep on doing that. Try, everyone who's on the call, use the voices of children, even among your community. We'll be doing a workshop on how to make these pinwheels for peace, and inviting the young people, the children, to write down what peace means to them and to draw what it looks like, and as the basis for the exercise. It could be such an important process, a way to awaken, hopefully, the decision makers who don't seem to understand any of this.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, teachers. I just want to point out in regards to the Q&A box, thank you for the messages of solidarity to those that are writing those messages. We'll be sure to relate them to the teachers and translate to the teachers that don't know English. I'd like to bring forward a question by Ikram. She would like to ask the teachers if they could talk a little bit more about the physical or emotional changes that they may have seen in the children that go to school or go to these classes and actively learn, compared to when they don't attend school or when they're outside of school. Can you guys talk a little bit about that? Seeing how important it is. Maybe Neveen, have you seen something?
Yeah, sure. Well, the kids like are mostly afraid. They're very, very scared right now because most of the kids, Gaza City was completely or nearly empty before the ceasefire back in January. And most of the children who now attend our school came back from the south thinking that they have finally returned home, even if this home was like completely destroyed or living in a tent, but means that they're living in the city, living in with their neighbors and etc. Now the scene has completely changed with the threat of occupying Gaza and destroying it, and with the Israeli army on all of the borders of Gaza City. They are completely terrified. Most of them have been evacuated from one area to another. We have seen reduced number of attendees because of the children who cannot attend because maybe their homes are in red zones right now, or they have been busy moving out from their areas with their families. Most of them in the past few months have started losing weight, and we have seen children like turning physically from a nearly good image of themselves into something that is sickly and hungry and broken, to be honest, because it's because none of us can beg for food, because if you beg for food, there's none to be given. So, the physical change was like really evident on them, in addition to the emotional change that has been, going on for quite a long time now, because everyone's so scared. Everyone like terrified that they have to move again. Everyone is terrified that they might die. I'm gonna put it like that, just in front of everyone. Everyone's just afraid to die. So the physical transformation is just nothing compared to the fear of death every day of your life. So yeah.
Nasreen, you said something earlier about, or Neveen, you said something earlier about that you'd go to the end. What did you mean by this? So
When
hesitant to ask.
fighting to the end?
Yeah.
Well, I meant surviving daily, surviving day by day, which is a fight that we have to go through every day. It's not, it's not a fight in the physical sense of the word, or the it's an emotional fight where we have to go through with ourselves every day to survive, to convince ourselves that we're going to live another day, convincing our children that they're going to live to see another day, convincing everyone around us that there's still hope, that we're going to survive this. It's yeah, we're going to survive. That's what I should have said. We're going to survive until the end.
You hope.
Thank you.
Neveen, what gives you hope? Like, how do you hold on this situation?
Well, what gives me hope, I don't want, you can't disconnect yourself from your reality. It doesn't matter how hard you try, but I try to do that. I try to disconnect myself from the news that I hear every second. I try to live with my children in this bubble of, ignoring the world outside, telling ourselves that we have each other, regardless of what may come. As long as we're fine, as long as we're surviving, there's still hope that we might survive this to the end. What gives me hope is seeing my children, regardless of the war, going to school every day, playing their music every day, demanding that I give them art lessons, putting on something nice every day and go out. It gives me hope seeing them, how grown they've become in those 2 years, how beautiful they've become, and I look at them and I see if that's not worth surviving, I don't know what is. Seeing them gives me hope. I wish you could see them. They're so lovely, mashallah.
Thank you. Oh man, I look forward to seeing them sometime soon, inshallah. Maybe that's the question we close on. What gives you hope? Rueda, you're back on the line with us. Can you speak to what gives you hope? And you're on mute. I'm sorry. It's probably someone else who has to flag it.
Hi again.
Yay.
Yeah, can you ask me again?
What gives you hope?
My hope is stop this war, back to our normal life, survive our children, our students, back to our education projects, back to our schools, back to see my students with their beautiful uniforms. I think this is my hope as a teacher. This is my hope as a human, to back to our normal life, to back to live in peace, without bombing, without terrible from the education, displacement, from the hunger, from the losing. Today I lose my cousin also, so it's terrible thing to lose members of your family. I don't know if I will survive or not. So stop the war. It makes sure I will survive with my family, with my students, with my lovely people. So hope to be Gaza fine, hope to be Gaza safe, hope to be Gaza live in peace, because we deserve that.
Indeed, definitely. Maha, can you go ahead? What gives you hope?
Be sure that we don't give up. We have the hope in Allah, the hope in you supporting us all the time. What the hope for is the life, is to keep going and keep just live till this moment. We hope to have our lives again, to get our children learning again in schools, to have our normal life. We have the hope in every second.
Thank you so very much. Really great to hear your voice and everyone on the call. Thank you very much, everyone, for your comments. I saw that our colleague Fatma, our social worker from the West Bank, is also on the line. Thank you for joining us, Fatma, a long-time expert at the Pinwheels project, who spoke to Congress back in 2015 when Senator Feinstein responded so positively.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for everyone. Inshallah, our God will keep safe the people and the community in Gaza. I'm advance them to continue to support together, to stand beside together. If they are need any support in phone or on WhatsApp, we can. I am available, and we are open here in West Bank to connect with them and to support them.
So if anyone needs a Pinwheels workshop, and
Yeah.
it might feel like a leap of faith, but go ahead and take that. Sometimes it makes a huge difference. If you need a Pinwheels workshop, our teachers overseas in Gaza could help. Fatima in the West Bank can certainly help as well. Just be in touch with us about that. We'll also do our workshop next week. On Tuesday. The link is around, and we'll be announcing that again. So come with all the materials you need for that next. It'll be an action workshop with everyone participating. Thank you.
Yes, and our colleagues shared in the chat box where you can watch a tutorial of the Pinwheels piece that was created by artist Leila, also one of our colleagues. And also we've provided a link where you can register to join our workshop alongside these teachers. So you can find that in the chat box. You can also find our link to donate, if you can share that on the screen, Maria.
And also, if you wanted to give food, we're delivering as close as possible, but very safely, to all the families who are asked to receive food. And so that's the GazaGivingCard.org link, our special project for special food packages.
Yes, thank you very much. And we'll follow up with any links for anyone that may request them. I want to give a special shout out to some attendees that actually have attended all of our webinars. I can see your names, so thank you for that. With that, I'd like to do the closing. In Gaza, where children wake up to the sounds of drones instead of birds, teachers are more than educators, they are the lifelines. They're the quiet heroes that show up every day to teach us not just letters and numbers, but to restore some sense of normalcy, dignity, and the hope in the lives of these children who have seen too much, too soon. Peace in Gaza is not just a political ideal, it's an act of daily steadfastness through kindness, through learning, through art. When a teacher hands a child a pinwheel and says, draw what peace looks like to you, they're helping that child reclaim a future. In these classrooms, in these acts of quiet courage, that the foundation for lasting peace is being built with words, empathy, and imagination. And that's why the role of teachers in Gaza isn't just important, it's sacred. So I'm very proud to be part of this circle, proud of my colleagues. And again, thank you very much for everyone that takes the time out of their day to listen to the people on the ground and to the series of Behind the Scenes with Rebuilding Alliance. We'll see you pretty soon in our workshop. Please don't forget to register, to donate, and to show up. Thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Marsalama to our colleagues overseas. Best wishes.
خلاص. مع السلامة دونا. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.
مع السلامة.
Marsalama. All the best. Take care.
Thank you. بس يلا.